So, why are you still alive? So this video is completely not going to be about Bojo vehicle or anything of sort. So I want to go deep and go philosophical. So I had some experiences and had some um, you know few discussion with one or two persons recently, so which inspired me to do this video. So and that's why I'm asking this question: why are you still alive? You know, every morning you wake up, what makes you think I get to live today? That you need to go out and then come back. So why are you still alive? Are you still alive because your religion tells you it's bad to kill yourself? Or are you still alive because there's something in you, even though your religion warns you about killing yourself when your time is not due? But something in you is actually driving you. Something is driving you to want to wake up every morning, go out, and come back. And when you look inward, be honest with yourself, you realize it has nothing to do with what your religion has taught you about suicide or about life after death or whatever that happens after death. You realize that no, something inside you, irrespective of whatever you have been taught from childhood, whether it's not religion, maybe your culture, tradition, things you learned while you are growing up, from your tribe, race, concerning death or afterlife. Yeah, it could be discouraging. However, you realize it has nothing to do with that. That's why you wake up and every morning want to actually kick out and come back. What is it? That's what I'm saying. Why are you still alive? Because nothing stops you from saying, it's hopeless. I'm done. You take yourself out. There's so many ways you can do that. So you are still alive because you have something that you want to experience or something that makes you want to stay alive, irrespective of your religious background or principles or beliefs. And it could be anything. These things that drive could come from anything. It could be any reason. It could be because um, you want to, even if you don't like your job or what you do for a living or to earn money or to experience money, even if you don't like that thing, but you aspire to do something, to be able to make money and keep make your children happy or to provide for your children. That alone is your drive. Or your drive is to be able to make a good future or create something good that your children can be able to stand on even when you are not there. Or probably your drive is to keep your spouse happy, because to you, your spouse being happy is all enough for you. So her happiness is what drives you. I'm talking about maybe your wife, or that's why I use the word spouse. So it could be what is driving you, or it could be that in your office you want to be able to attend to a certain position or be one of the to get to the top. So you are aiming to get there, however short or long it takes you to get there. So it keep every you want to stay alive and be able to get to that top because that's your desire, or you desire to be able to own certain business and or expand your business, whatever you are doing that especially you money or money is coming into. So you want to you desire for that thing to grow, or your desire is to make more money, not just because of your business. You just want more money. So whichever way it comes, you just want. But most time, money is not the end goal. You realize that it's not just because, oh, you want. No, there's something. It's not money. In fact, I don't think it'll be hard to find a human being that says his, the reason for existence is more money. No, it's always more money for what? So you know that the money is looking for that excess abundant money is to be able to do this, do that, or do so many things that that whatever he or she wants. So it's not just about money. So or your desire is to be rich. That's what kicks you every morning, irrespective of obstacles here and there. You want to. Or like I said, your desire could be just to follow, make sure everybody around you is happy, and that's enough for you. Even if you are miserable the rest of the day at your work, but as long as people around you, people you care about, are happy because you can be able to provide for them, then that's enough. So in other words, you realize that is why you are alive, not because of what your religion told you about your God, because you don't think about those things all the time. Even when issues come up, you don't even remember them until probably when you go to your church or your mosque or whatever. That's when you may even cross your mind. When you're overwhelmed or problems are there, or stuff like that, you probably will remember what your pastor or you know, your religious head taught you or preached to you. So now here is where the issue can be for some men. That's why you see a lot of men committing suicide. You know, I'm not going to talk about the female side because I don't know what goes on in their mind, how what makes them kick or what drives them. I'm talking about men. You know, because we all think differently, even though we are both humans, but the way we think they are different completely. So for men, we have different drive. Women have their own drive. So why is it that then, even though you have all these things, you see some men sometimes having suicide thoughts or end up doing it? Some will do it and will not succeed and render them as useless for the rest of their life, physical life. Or maybe not useless for the rest, but then, you know, depending on how the attempt was made, it could damage a part of their body and they probably will never recover from that if they were not successful. So, what then makes men to, even with all these things, they'll end up doing it? One of the reasons is hopelessness. But it's not like, oh, they didn't have it, they didn't have things that make them keep. Because even when you are 10, you realize that even when you are 10 to maybe you have a particular goal, maybe you want to be a doctor or any of these professional um, disciplines, you attend it, you now realize, okay, I also want to probably be a professor in that discipline, or you want, okay, you started this career that you aspire, but you want to also, you see that when you get to that your thing you drive that drives you, you see realize that there are another thing bigger than that you that will start to inspire and motivate, not motivate anyway, inspire you that you want to get to that as well. So how come even with all those things, it means that desire is never going to stop. It will never ever stop. No matter how you think you'll be contented. Once you get it, something else will inspire you to want to get to that thing or become that thing. So it's continuous. That's why we have this physical world, to keep aspiring more and more and more. So how come even when your aspiration, your desire has not even finished, which is impossible to finish, yes, some will want to end it, end this physical life experience, even with other. it's not started because, like I say, hopelessness. As in, it got a point I realized, yes, those desires, those drive are still there. But sometimes you feel that something has crept in and now making it to you look like those your drive will never be attained or will never ever happen again. That's usually but you know, I know there are case by case, but as when you look at the overall reasons why men commit suicide, you see that it's usually there's something just creeping and you realize, man, with this, it's like I don't have any other because this is now trying to prove that I won't be able to get or become or whatever that drives me. So it's pointless. So what's the point? Still living. You know, some people might say what I said, but when you look at the statistics, you know that men that have committed suicide, majority are religious. You see, that's the funny thing. Probably even more religious than you are currently. So you realize it has nothing to. At that time, they, like I said, you probably will remember again that God said that thou shalt not kill yourself. That's what I'm saying. So forget about keep see. Be religious. I'm not saying don't be, but right now I'm not talking about it. I'm just telling you the scope. You know, out of that scope, you know, this is one of the reasons men do that, and because you know they're sleeping or kind of felt it's never going to, you know, there's no point anymore, or I can't let since this experience or something going on right now in your life or in their life is not making it impossible for them to be able to live or still continue, you know, having that desire to live. So there's no point. You know, it could be. So my point is that most times it's usually when it involves another human or something else, not basically because of you. It's usually when something else is involved, when you go and involve yourself or tangle yourself with another human that have its own vibration, your own part, which can come in and mess up yours. You now feel so frustrated, or if I'm not frustration anymore, depressed. Because if it's frustration, you can always come, you know, come out of frustration very quickly. It doesn't stay that long. It's depression that will keep you there I mean, for a really long time. That if you are not careful, you could end it right there. So why? How come? Some, of course, there are cases like, oh, maybe, you know, look at this case now. Bill Cosby has just been released. How long did he spend in prison? You know, for being accused, which eventually is, of course, even during the case, we all knew they were all false accusations. You know, but then his legal system is what it is. You know, so look at his own case. You know, I could tell. I mean, I didn't know that man could be that strong. You know, he was being accused of this and that, and then right in front of him, he was meant to spend the rest of his physical life in prison, in jail. So even though he's already an old man, but still he wants to live. He wake up every morning, still wants to live, whatever, maybe to enjoy, not just to enjoy his wealth he accumulated over the decades. You know, he has certain things he wants to experience, whatever it is. I wouldn't know. That's one of the reasons he still wants to live. But now he's being faced with, you know, being restricted into a cubicle, into one place, so that I won't be able to experience any other thing or live miserable till nature comes and take him away. Or well, not take him away, take his physical body. Or take his physical body. Yeah, you know, his spiritual one will move on. So, but he didn't do that. You know, it can be quite Look at some other people, like forgotten his name, that while they were still, the court was still, his case was still on, he committed suicide. Forgetting his name, you know. There are so many men like that, that they just, some, when falsely accused, they just couldn't stand that, oh, so my life is going to be destroyed for doing nothing, just because I had one kind of, I had a sex with a woman, and she didn't like, or maybe something else happened after days, weeks, months, years, decades, not even 2, 5 years, I mean 20, 30 years after. She felt like, oh, let me go and punish him because he didn't marry me after. Or let me punish, oh, I can get money out of him now. So, because, so many things, I don't know. It can be also victimize you. It can be, so some men who feel, or some men will may actually make a mistake, you know. They might make a, or do something wrong. And when it now becomes obvious to them that what they did was very wrong, they were like, no, it's no longer worth it. I mean, for me to do this kind of thing, and it means because and I've been caught. So it means I'm probably going to be destroyed. So I can answer, what's the point in living? Yeah, look at what I'm saying. Being caught, meaning it has to do with somebody else, something else. So usually, when it has to do with somebody else, that men find themselves so depressed. That's where I'm coming from. It's not because they made a mistake. Like, oh, let's assume you wanted to buy a vehicle A, and then you bought a vehicle B. You change your mind about vehicle B, only for you to not. Let's put it this way: maybe your dream car has been vehicle A, but suddenly you just for no reason went and bought vehicle B, even though you could afford vehicle A. And while you're not driving that vehicle B, it started giving you all kinds of problems, or you just realize that hey, you didn't even like this car. Why did you even buy? You will feel bad and everything for missing the opportunity of buying down your vehicle A that you own, that you find so attractive or has already been dreaming about. Of course, you're not going to F yourself because you bought the vehicle B. Yeah, you feel sad, yeah, probably you will lose the money. Maybe when you want to resell it, you may not make much money to use to buy now go for the vehicle A, you know. Or maybe you are driving and suddenly something happened, you had an accident, the vehicle crashed beyond repairable and nothing happens to you. You will feel sad that, oh, this money is gone. But you won't go and commit suicide because you lost your car, that you can, see if you can buy another one. Yeah, it may take you a year or a little more or less to get money to buy another one. Get my point? So you go and kill yourself for that. Usually when it involves something you do, you now feel so betrayed or something, no, I can't live with this. Or you see yourself being convicted for a very bad mistake. Now somebody being convinced, want to throw you in jail for making or doing something wrong. Probably you actually did it, or you are being falsely accused. You may not realize, so it means, yeah, I did this wrong thing, but as it is now, I can no longer. Those things you aspire every morning that makes you wake up is no longer going to be attainable because you are going to be restricted where you now spend the remaining rest of your life. So that is over. So it'll be like, what's the point? What I'm trying to say here is you can actually manage and cut off some of these things that first that makes you to feel that hopeless, because it is, sometimes we are so programmed from childhood for you to believe that no, you are not supposed to, in fact it's wrong to detach yourself. Let me give you an example. I'm going to use myself. You know, it was not just a few years ago, um, this is a family thing, so I understand. So I don't think that I'm a monk and it was just rose and biscuits. It was everything is so flow. No, I made a decision. I said, see, this is how I'm going to live the rest of my life, physical life. I made that choice. I made the decisions, put a stamp on it, and I started telling anyone that cared to ask. This is who I am, and this is how it's going to be for good. you know. Of course, in that respect, I grew up, I'm an African, an Igbo, and so yeah, I understand that is the rest of the family, or not every one of them is going to accept that good news in good faith. You know. So the pressure was there, and guess what? You know, so I made it also another decision. If you are not ready to accept my own choice of life, how I want to live it, because you believe no, that my desire, that thing that kicks in me, that thing that makes me want to wake up every morning, I want to live, is not important. That my own choice of life, or whatever my drive is not important. So I'm supposed to live a miserable life and follow your own instruction, or live a miserable life and do as you said, whether however we are related, as a family, you have to be. Then I will cut you off, discommunicate with you, as long as it takes for me to actually be able to have that same drive I have. And I did it. People always feel, no, it's not wrong. No, it's about you saving yourself. It's not just about, oh, you don't want to lose the family. Then you will die. It's as simple as that. It may not even be a suicide thing. You may wake up one morning and realize one horrible sickness has creeping because you are miserable. So it's going to come in any form. Sickness, or you get to a point you become so depressed. So what do? I cut off. I discommunicated. Yeah, I care about it, but you know what? Hold it there. Months, maybe a few years or something. They thought I was joking, and that was it until they had to come begging somehow to other people, so that communication continues again, the relationship continues again. That's how it is. It doesn't mean, oh, I don't care about you. I care about you, but stay in that distance. I have a life to live. That's how I'm still kicking and having every morning waking up to have those things. Right now, I have things that run me, oh, I want to stay more in life and continue to experience this physical life. However long, short it takes. That's it. So, why are you so, I don't know, simple thing? Why do women always find it difficult to do the simplest thing? They feel, no, it's not good. People will say it's a bad thing. So let me continue to be miserable. As long as those people will continue to accept me and be happy, why I'm miserable? I just don't know. I had discussions a few, with men like me. Men like me who actually, there's something you need to understand. I passed through seminary institution. Quite a number of you know that already. Those who have been watching my videos, following me online. Yeah, I was once in seminary. I passed, so I was trained to actually be a monk. Let me put it that way. I was trained for years to live a celibate life. The only difference is I'm not wearing any robe. I'm not in any religion. I walked away, both from the Christianity, every other thing, worked, but then I got that training. So we do meet once in a while. Some of us that actually do walked away and realize, even though they are no longer in that institution or what's it called, vocation, becoming a priest or anything, but then they realize that they actually still prefer that choice in life they made when they were still kids. That hey, this is what they want. Or maybe it wasn't at a point. Maybe they came out, started living or doing normal, just like I did. Everybody start behaving like a teenager guy, young man, dating women, this and that. But I realize, I think it's not just about think. And I realize I'm much happier going back to that same choice I made or part of life I was trending. Because even while having those dates, doing the normal secular life, I realized I was not as happy I want to be. So we do meet, and I feel, you hear, as we meet once in a while, you hear them, be in agony. You see that they're not actually, this is the life they actually prefer. But due to pressure from family, from friends, from people around them, they choose to live that miserable life that they don't want, just so that every other person with around them will be happy, you know. So I keep wondering, okay, then why do you stay? As in, you mean that as you are now, you probably don't even have any reasons to stay alive. You just don't know. Probably you've not mustered the courage to even consider, effing yourself or taking your life. Because I mean, if you could tell me, if you be saying this thing, as a full adult, getting very old, getting old already, and you are saying, I just why do you people have to care so much about other people for you to be very miserable? That's what I'm saying. As in, it's usually about other people that makes you. You can see this video is to tell you you can discommunicate no matter how you care about anybody. Who is your mother, your father, your brother, your cousin, your uncles, you can discommunicate. Nothing is gonna fucking happen. As long as you have a means to feed yourself and do the little you can, you can. You don't have to be rich. Unless you are relying, oh, okay, but I want to be rich, so because of that, let me live, let me accept accept whatever they are doing so that they will help me to become rich. Then fine, you have to, then that you made that choice. But if you know you can stand on your own, you can. Doesn't mean you will hate them. You don't have to do that, because it's you care about them. You can go extra mile for them. You grew up with them. You guys, you love each other and everything. But this particular subject, they can respect your own choice in life as an adult, even though you didn't tell any of them how to choose their own, make their own choices. You didn't intervene, or any way, shape, or form in their own choice in life. Maybe they decide to follow the norm. Fine, that's their own choice. But now they feel, no, yours, we must be the one to tell you, or no, you. See, this, I'm just giving you as an example, my own life. It can be any other thing. Maybe you feel this is the career you want, but your spouse is insisting it must be this because this one makes more money. So the more money it makes, she feels happier. So don't choose another career that probably you enjoy doing, even though it may not make more money for you, or the money may not come now but later. And you feel miserable going to your current work or doing what you do, which you hate, which makes you every money you are leaving, you feel so bad that you are going out of the house or going to this thing, you know. Or whatever it is, it can be anything. See, try and start making changes because trust me, that's how it happens. Suicide is not, nobody wake up in the morning and tell himself in the next 5 years I'm going to commit suicide. Nobody does that. People who have committed suicide or taken their life didn't tell themselves they're going to do that 5 years later or a year later before they did it. No, they didn't. It's because they allowed a lot of things to keep giving so many things permission to creep into their life and keep distorting their own drive for them to live. Things that make them to come up there. So that thing keep distorting it. They keep allowing it until get to a point they realize what's the point living since nobody will allow them to actually live that, uh, have that drive, have that desire, have this thing, be able to get there. Of course, it's not like I say, it's case by case. It's not like everything, every suicide, this thing that is related to this, the majority. I see people. So you can. You can. Yeah, they will call you name, they will call you all kind of this thing, but you realize that you are much happier, you know, having that reason to wake up. What is it? What is that your drive? However stupid you think it is, something must be kicking inside you to want to wake up and do your best that day. Something, I don't know, it can be a very stupid thing, but something probably that may not have anything to do with anybody. I don't know what it is. Even if you want to expand your business, it's not just because you want to have a bigger business, but probably because you have things you want to experience, and expanding that your business may be one of the ways for you to experience those things. Or it could be that expanding your business is actually the drive. It gives you joy, the thought of having more of branches of your business in various countries, in various towns, various states. Is enough. It makes you happy whenever I remember that, if you could do this, if you continue to do this business and do it this way, eventually it's going to grow to this and this and this. It could be. So something, or it could be because you are a car enthusiast. For example, me, I'm a car person, I'm a car freak, I'm a car, call me, I don't know which other adjective to use. That's who I am. I love cars, as in, it's one of the things that makes me want to stay alive more, as many as you can, so I can keep experiencing them, experiencing more and more. That's who I am. As in, there must be something. Yeah, some people say, what is the car? It's a very stupid thing. But that's one of the things that makes me want to stay alive. That's my point. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what makes you. Because somebody said one kind of stupid statement the other day, and I can't understand. I used to be like that. He said, human beings exist to love, or human beings, or people exist to love other people. I said, that's a fucking stupid statement. I understand that is the norm. That's what you are expected to say. Being politically correct. That's the expected words are supposed to hear from you. But inside you is a fucking lie. It doesn't exist. You don't exist for that. You exist to love. You exist to like your this physical experience. To care, do this. Then what does that mean? You exist to love. It could be human beings around you, or your friends, your this thing that you love. That's why, it could be this object or that. Because what is that love? Happiness. That's the end. That's the full definition of love. So what is love? This thing makes you happy. That's why you love it. You don't love what you hate. It's actually like that. There's no way you love it, because you'll be so every time, in fact, you feel every time you're having heart attack with seeing that thing or experiencing that thing. How can you love it? You don't love it. So you love something because it makes you happy. So if you love cats, you love dog, who are you to now say, oh, it's wrong for you to be happy because you love it? You're supposed to be happy by loving a human being. It's wrong to be happy to love a dog. Even though inside you, it's not, within you, as in inner, the core part of you, that no anything experiences except you, that this dog is the only living thing that makes you happy or happier. Or it could be cat, or it could be a vehicle. It could be that driving this type of cars or driving this is one of the things that makes you keep smiling till that ends. Or you could be that, the thought of having the ability to, or something, to own this particular car is the only drive you have. As in, every time you wake up in the morning, you're like, if I know in the next 2-3 years I'll be able to own this car that I care so much about. You are ready to do any kind of business, to be able to save up money, or be able to further your career, to be able to save up money or earn more money. You have to do this, so I'll be able to own this car, and you beat your chair and say, yes, now I own this. something. That's what I'm saying. It's not something you can actually most time you don't any need for you to explain because some other people may look stupid. It's not the right thing. You're supposed to love human being. You're supposed to love this. That's what you're supposed to love. So that's why I told that person that was a very stupid statement. However, I understand where it's coming from. It's just a program every one of us had when we are growing up. Love your fellow human beings, everything. Even if the person is killing you, yeah, that's what you exist for. It's crap. Look for, what makes you happy is what is the most important thing to you. If it's not a human being that makes you happy, I'm not saying just because something, it could be just that you are indifferent. Doesn't mean you hate human beings. You may care about them, but it doesn't better you. You prefer maybe having dog as a what's it called as so inside staying living alone and having a dog. You prefer that than having a woman to live with you, but because dogs, oh, they are so lovable. I mean, in fact, dogs love humans more than even humans loving dogs. They are ready to even die, as in their own loyalty is I don't even know how to explain. If woman, any woman that says that he loves you, everything, it's like 1% of what a dogs love when it comes to their owners, their the people where the whoever humans is staying with. It's like 1%. Dogs are even humans. Yeah, humans will tell you I love you. If you don't provide food or something to you, throughout that time he will hate you. But dogs, even if you starve your dog for weeks, even if he's struggling to breathe because you couldn't give him food, give him or her or whatever food. Once he hears your voice, he will use the last breath to jubilate, to hear your voice. That's how unconditional dogs love humans. And now somebody will tell you it's wrong, yeah. So whatever it is, I don't care. That's why I say focus on that thing. Don't feel bad about whatever it is that gives you that drive to wake up every morning. That's how you stay alive. That's how you enjoy this physical life. That's how you want to stay alive. That's how you'll be able to, discommunicate, cut off whatever that is stopping you from getting there. Of course, when you are inspiring, so we have so many kinds of aspirations and other things. You know, of course, like I said, you may be aspiring. Oh, I want to own this type of car. Maybe at that time it's above your income or whatever you earn. Of course, what will it make you do? You want to start to okay, how do I improve on my career or my education or something so I can be able to earn more to be able to afford such things. Even if at your office, it could be okay if I can be able to grow in my office or get to this top or expand, make a big contribution to the office to grow. I'll be able to attract money there, so I'll be able to afford this type of car or this type of lifestyle. It could be a lifestyle, not even a particular thing. It could be I want to be able to live this kind of life. So something is kicking. So why will you allow somebody else to stop you from that drive? Because their own happiness. Because once they see that you are doing exactly what they want, then that they will be happy that yes, you are the slave, you are not the dog. Following, dogs at least have a mind of their own to some extent, but you are just a slave being put on a chain, being dragged around. You don't have your own their drive should be your own drive. Their desire, their aspiration should be yours. And then one day you find yourself thinking, "Why are you still alive? Why? Why you realize that you don't even have any reasons to still live, to breathe." So don't put yourself in that condition. I'm giving you my own example and stuff like that. Do it. Whoever it is, your friend or whatever. Tell them, pop and play. See, if you can't respect my own child as an adult, it's not like as a teenager. As an adult, this is how you choose to live and this and that. If you can't respect that because you feel this and that, then off you. For however long it takes. until they come to, if they don't want to come to that realization, fine, live your own life. It doesn't matter what matter. So what's the point of all these things? Eventually we are all gonna what do you call it, die. So why do you have to live not knowing whether you even live for the next 2, 5 years, 10 years, and then you choose to just to make other people happy, to be able to satisfy other people, to be miserable. So why care so much about that? If you're gone, you're gone. No. There's all these things. Who cares about who takes your like I always say most of my philosophical videos. I don't care what happens to this physical flesh once I'm out of it. It's meaningless. You are just like the other animals. Once they are die, the body becomes disease. For the manures or for humans to even eat your flesh as as ingredient. What do you call it? To even nourish their body. It's meaningless. It's nothing. You're gone. You're gone. The body is useless. So who cares what happens to it? So that if you don't respect them, if you don't follow their this thing, they will not bury you the right way. Who gives a rat? Yeah, gosh, man. I mean, guys. So I'm saying, you get to decide. If you're still a teenager, a boy, a child, yeah, you're still under someone's responsibility. Yeah, so you just have to until you become of age to become responsible for yourself. Then you start making your own choices and decisions. You know, not be an adult and you're still somebody else is still pressing you like a calculator, deciding, making every decision, life choices for you. You know. I'm not saying be a monk like me. I'm saying don't put yourself in a position where you wake up one morning and decide to pull the trigger on your head. You didn't. The people that did it didn't plan to do it, but they kept allowing a lot of things until it come to a point they didn't even as it just was the only thing they could think of to end the pain they found themselves because it's so painful. When you find that you now feel like in fact you don't have any other option but this. Don't, don't, don't. You can. Whoever tells you cannot is lying to you. You can. I mean, some monks, they realize, probably they can't handle some of these pressures, so they walk into monasteries and isolate themselves completely, so that they won't have to even deal with some of this crap from people, you know. Men like me, even though I just didn't want to, because to me, it's going into monastery is another form of another person controlling me. So I was like, yeah, I could live outside it, but still live that, what do you call it? Some call it single life. All this crap, women call it, as if there's something wrong with that, you know. Just live, do what you need to do until whatever the time comes, you're gone. Let humans stay and talk what they want to say. They always have something to say anyway. Or maybe it's not being, you don't want, to live, live a celibate life. You want to get married, do this, but while you are doing that, okay, don't, you also do have your own drive or whatever it is. So don't let other people creep into it and render it useless. You're going to be miserable and find yourself. Or could be anything. Maybe you have passion for cars, passion for this, passion for certain kind of business, some passion for this. Don't let anybody talk you out of it to make you feel that it's irresponsible to have such kind of passion. Fuck that person. Yeah, I'm saying that. Fuck that person. That person who the hell who get to decide what makes you happy? Who fucking got to decide? Is it him? Is it the person? Just like Jesus said, you have not even finished picking your own nose or finish dealing with your own problem, and you are looking at another person trying to figure out how another person should live his own life or deal with his own problem. Go and deal with your own demons. You haven't even dealt with it. And you are the one pointing out, no, what you are doing is wrong. It's the wrong thing. You are supposed to live like this. Fuck that. So I'm trying to help men here, help men who are ready to listen. I'm not saying I have all the answers, but I'm saying at least it could inspire you to look for more answers. And most times the answers are inward. Most times they are inward, not actually outward. So what I'm doing here is not necessarily that I'm telling you everywhere everything you needed to know. No, I'm only telling you that you can. There's something I used to do. One of the things I learned from seminar, I know I mentioned it several times that I'm actually missing it now. I've not done it for a while. What I used to do then was every once in a while, maybe once or twice a year, I'll just leave where I am, just take out, go far, maybe 100, 200 kilometers, whatever it is, just go somewhere, look for the cheapest hotel. I don't even bother going to expensive hotel so that you don't feel, kind of uncomfort when you are doing that. We call it then in seminary. That's why I'm saying I really enjoyed that. At that time, I didn't appreciate those things, but now I do. They trained us that time, call it reflection. They bring out like one week or so as what they call reflection time. Total silence. Nobody will talk. No pim. Where you stay silent most of the time, meditating and all that. So that's what I do. But it's not like what I do now is it's not like when I enter those hotel every morning I'll close my eyes, fold my legs, and no, I don't do that meditation. Everybody have their own way of meditation. But what that means is I'll go just look for one remote somewhere, park my vehicle. If you don't have a car, it doesn't matter. Park your car, disconnect your phones, switch them fucking off. Switch them fucking off. Don't even bother. Yeah, the room, probably you may be watching TV or stuff like that. If you want, if there are movies, you can be playing, they have DVD, or so you can be playing. See, what I'm saying is, cut off the outside world. That's what we do, that meditate. That time what I do is like if I go on Sunday evening, Saturday, Friday evening, or Saturday morning, if I want to, I'll come out, eat, go back. Maybe even I may even go out, look for a noisy place, maybe drink, then come back Sunday morning, just quiet as in cut off online, cut off the people cut off everything. You can decide not to even go out for drinks or anything, just stay within that hotel, maybe come out drink, but not go outside for party or anything. Trust me, every time I do this thing, on my way back to Abuja or to my house, oh, I feel different. I feel so different for days, weeks, months. Trust me, whatever problems, whatever pressure that was there before you make that trip or go for that, whatever, I still call my reflection, because that's the best I could use. You could call yours whatever, meditation, whatever it is. Whenever I'm coming back, as in I'll be different, think differently. I see people coming with pressure and problem. I look at them and actually pity them or kind of have compassion for them. It's like, come on, these things are just, you see them as distraction. But then after a long time, they start creeping in again. You start becoming that distracted. You start listening to this and that, and then their own issues will start affecting you because you've allowed, giving them permission to bring it into your life. So they will, your life will become distorted, sort of, until you go and clear yourself again, revive your being. What that thing does is you will be yourself, as your full person will come out, the spiritual you will come back to you. You'll be reunited. Like I said, you don't necessarily need to be praying your rosary, your prayers. No, this is just quiet. As in those 2, 3 days, it's like a quiet life you would do, do it in a kind of remote place. Don't go for where these bigger hotels, where, a lot of distraction, women flapping their buttocks here and there, trying to seduce you. No, you don't need all those things. Quiet, somewhere quiet. Don't go with anybody. Don't ever make that mistake. Otherwise, you defeat the people. Don't go and carry woman. Don't even carry your spouse. Even if you're a married man, don't. She has to trust you. Don't. Once you go with anybody, that is defeated. You won't be able to quiet your mind because what it does is to quiet your mind. Yeah, sometimes some of the problems you had before you go there will come up in your mind and certain you usually simply go away. I miss it. Honest, I used to do it. I don't know for a while. I have not, and I'll try. Hopefully, before end of this year, I will to commence it again. Continue it. It's a very good thing. Even if you don't can't go outside your state or this thing, you can go very far from your house. Far. Even if you stay within town, go far, remote place, so that you won't come back within that time. Look for the cheapest place you can stay. Don't go and stay in someone's house. No, don't do that. Save up for it. Just small money, spend, come back, refresh yourself for the next few, months, and it's a good thing. So I will encourage every man to do it, married or not married. Trust me, it's a very good thing. Very good thing. You see yourself, being that man. Being that man, realize that your life doesn't just stop or exist just for every other person. Because, from child, we are all taught as men, as male, that you exist to slave yourself for everybody around you, slave yourself for females, slave yourself for your community, slave yourself, save yourself for the state. If there is a war, you'll be the one to come out and go and die, sacrifice your life for everybody. Then when it comes to the privilege that comes to that, then they remember everybody is equal. It's such a funny thing. So I encourage you to do that. Knowledge yourself back, that's it. I don't know. Like I said, have few experiences, some encounter recently, not jolly. I'm doing quite very, quite soon. Recently, as something just disclosed and inspired me. I was like, humans, it's something you can do for yourself to have that reason to breathe every morning, to have that reason to, whatever how stupid that your drive is, or what is making that drive in you to kick, something that is sticking in you. Be it a car, I don't care. I always say that I'm a fucking car person, so I don't care. I love my cars. I want to experience more. So those are my drive. And among other things, I also that drive with me. But that's one of the them. I'm a big part of it. That's one of the things that push me. Oh, I love this car. I want to be able to keep maintaining them and doing what I do for the money to keep coming so I can maintain those cars. And also want to experience more, to have more. So I can. These are the things that makes me happy. So who the fuck are you to tell me that's a very wrong thing to make you happy? Fuck that. People can be very stupid in some of their days. How can you not tell me? Maybe it's human being that makes you happy. Maybe making another person happy is what makes you happy. And then you now get to define, tell me, no, loving a car or having a car to make you happy is a wrong thing for a man to do. Fuck you and fuck that shit. That's how I see it. So don't let any man push you to that, to become depressed because they are stupid and stupid and useless belief system. And sometimes, you have that understanding that it's actually a program that is making them say what they say. Because, like I said, I also passed through that program from birth, just like every other man. Being taught, being programmed. So this is how it should be. But it's when you go up, they're like, none of this shit is written in the sky, on the stone, anything that is, and you just things people made up and then use it to start manipulating and controlling every other man. You must follow my step. You must do exactly this. That's how so that I will be happy. If you are doing this, that means I'll be happy. If you are doing what you want, I won't be happy. So fuck your own happiness because I want my happiness. That's just how it's funny. It's funny how people behave. Look at that one. Fuck your happiness. As long as I'm happy, fuck your happiness. So do what makes me happy, or do follow your life path should be what makes me happy, not what makes you happy. So fuck your own happiness. That's what basically people always want to make you believe. It's interesting, but someone like me, oh, I know how to deal with this. See, don't be so scared to cut off people. It's the easiest thing to do. Move on very quickly in life. I do that a lot. Mess up or give me this thing. I mean, that is it. I always tell people there are billions, if not trillions, of human beings on this earth. What makes you think that I will even give you a second thought? When there are other beings or billions waiting to have a relationship with me, one way or the other, whether online or physical, any one way or the other, and you think I will hold myself just because I don't want to offend, I want you to continue to accept me. Fuck that. That's the end. I'll cut you off. If we reunite in future, fine. But at that moment, I got to leave. You get to leave. Go and leave yours. I leave mine. I came alone. So why would I be, because for me to leave, I have to increase you. That's a fucking crap. That's a crap. So for me to leave, like I said, I came alone. So every man can, even whether you are a twins or something, you are an individual. You can, you came out and did it alone. So eventually you're going to get along. So I'm not in any way entangled to someone's acceptance for me to live that life I came to live. It's not. It's a fucking crap. I don't. But that's the norm. That's the belief. That's the program every man passed through from childhood. So it's up to you to cut off, to disinfect yourself those programs, or you continue to live with it. However, if you have already disinfected this, wash yourself off such some of these programs, then yes, you can be able to care about people who want to, to hold you onto those programs, care about them, but give them distance. Love them, give them distance. Let them say where they are. You don't necessarily have to be kissing and doing everything because you can care about somebody, but who want to, talk to them, do anything, avoid them the best you can because that will give you peace. But eventually, they probably will come to your senses, realizing that, come on, you are not doing them anything by living your own life. You are not causing any harm to them. You are not demanding anything from them. So why would they just hate you or want to force you to do something you don't want? As long as which have nothing to do with any other person. Because I always say, life choice is not about office work where you be you have a team doing one work or the other. This is a life choice or choice life decisions. Oh, I want to buy this particular brand of car. It's your fucking money. It's not like if I don't buy, you must buy my own brand so that or the brand I'm using, so I'll be happy. It's yours. You don't need anybody's opinion, acceptance, or what makes you happy. Something with other things. Maybe you want a dog. Somebody will not tell you, no, having a dog is bad. Go and get a cat. A cat is better. Fuck that person. If the person likes a cat, let him go and get a cat. You prefer a dog. Why? If he doesn't care about your, respect your own choice, fuck that person. I always say that. Don't even waste time. Let the person go. Even if, because if the person cares about you, you should be able to respect someone, respect your choice or decisions in life. If the person feels that your life choices um, it doesn't make him happy or he doesn't like that type of life choice, he can walk away without even you doing the part for himself. Let him person discontinue, go and find other friends. It's very easy. So this is very easy. That people feel so afraid. They don't want to do it because the other people will not accept them or feel offended. I do it very easy. And you realize as this person is living their life, 10 more people are waiting with open arms. Come, we have a lot to do. Like I said, there are billions of human beings on this earth. Don't ever waste your time on one who is holding you back. Don't ever. So I hope this helps. If you're a man, I wish you the best. Whatever thing you do in life, and eventually, when we all live this physical life, whenever we meet ourselves spiritually, spirit or whatever, we all have a bottle of beer. I laugh over all these things. All right, that's all.